Hey there, this is waspbloke and welcome back to the Atuin Feed the Bee server. We've recently moved the server to a UK based server farm and got some more memory, which has improved the game. Although my frame rate currently is a bit crap. I don't think that's anything to do with the server though, I'm not too sure why that might be. Right, what have I been doing since the last video? The last video I was talking about making the battery charging power station. I've not done that yet. I've been working in creative at sort of tweaking the design. There's a couple of little flaws with it that I've been trying to iron out. I've been doing something else in creative as well, but I'll tell you that in a moment. I've also been trying to tidy up all my chests. I've got so much just junk chests full of just assorted crap, so I've been really doing quite a lot of work to try and reduce the amount of crap in chests. I've also been clearing out the old base as well, bringing all the stuff back over here. One of the things that I have done in preparation of the battery charging station that will be here is I've improved my blaze rod production. I think this was here last time. This door wasn't, but we've now with a single blaze spawner in here, they'll drop down and get killed by the high energy particle emitters. There really doesn't need to be a complete floor of transposers here, but that just sucks up all the items and sends them to the ender chest. But what I've also done is I've added another 3 of these, and what I've done, I've positioned them far enough away from each other that they shouldn't interfere with each other. The spawns at one shouldn't affect the spawn rate at the other, so I've got one down here, and then the other blaze farm, the one upstairs that we can see, is up there, and then I've just done one there, one there, one there, sort of centred around this central point. So that's the first one, and then these 3, and I'm getting really good rates of blaze rod production now, which kind of got me thinking that with just 4 blaze farms I'm getting far more blaze rods than I need to run just the small amount of machines I've currently got, but that got me thinking about this place here, the iron golem spawners. This is just totally inefficient, and it's not the best way I could be doing this, so I went on to creative, and I spent quite a lot of time in creative sort of testing out the spacing to try and get the most efficient, sort of compact but efficient amount of iron from these spawners that I could. So to that end of being able to produce lots and lots of iron from the iron golem spawners, and based on what I've learnt from my trials in creative, I've now cleaned out this area here, a huge great big square room, which I don't know why these lighting glitches are here. They weren't here earlier. I think they'll probably go away after a while. I don't know, maybe not. Anyway, what I'm going to do in here is I'm going to have 8 iron golem spawners, but in separate rooms, and they're all going to be spaced in such a way that they don't interfere with each other, and they'll all fit in here, and then I sit in a room sort of in the or in a little pod that stands in the centre of the cube, and it will activate, because they're all proximity spawners, the iron golem spawners, so I have to be in proximity of them to cause them to spawn. But the way I've got it worked out, I'm going to have, let me just do this from standing on here rather than flailing about in the air. I'm going to have one spawn room in each corner at the top here, and then if you go draw a diagonal line down 15 blocks, have another one in the centres of the walls. So there's going to be 4 on the walls down there in the centre, and then 4 in the corners up here. There'll be 8 spawning rooms, and then in the centre of the cube will be my little AFK station to stand, and that will activate high energy particle emitters to kill them, and also turn the lights off, so because they're also light activated or deactivated. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to cut this here and bring it back when I've put in the basic sort of outline, the frames of where everything's going to go, so that you can see, while it's reasonably uncluttered, exactly what it's all going to look like, where all the different spawn rooms are and how it's all going to be laid out. So I'll go away and do that and see you back here in a moment. Okay there, welcome back, and here we are. I've put the spawners, well, these are just pig spawners for now, just to save the place filling up with iron golems. But that's the top and the bottom, the ceiling and the floor of the trap, and that holes for the transposer, and then there'll be an ender chest underneath that. Yeah, these ones on the walls here, these are set slightly further back than the size of this room that I made up. So slight error there. I'll just have to chisel out a little area for each of these, but that's no big problem. This block that I'm standing on is the block that you have to stand on to have all the spawners activated, and if you move these spawners away from this block by even one block, they'll stop activating. They won't activate anymore. And if you move them in by one block, then the production, the rate of production of iron from these farms seriously drops off. It goes about 15-16% in the test that I was doing. If I move any of these in, they'll start to interfere with each other, and the production rate really drops off quite significantly. Now, as you can see, if I just crawl back a little bit on this block, we watch those 2 spawners. There you go. Now they've stopped spinning. That's how close it is. That's how tight it is. So just nudge forward a bit. So what I'm going to have to do, probably, just to make sure when I'm AFKing here, if I really end up doing that much of it, but is just to make this the centre of a 3x3 a little 3x3 platform with water sources in the corner, just to keep me pushed right into the middle, so that all of these spawners are activated. See, that one's gone off. I move back towards it and it comes back to life. So it's very sensitive. I'm right on the edge of how far away these can be. So yeah, I'm going to build the rooms then, the chambers, whatever, and start putting in all the redstone bits and pieces and the particle emitters, and we'll come back when I've got that part of it done. Okay. Okay, so almost everything is done now. The only thing left is to change the pig spawners over for the iron golem spawners. That's going to be a bit of a job, because I've got to bring the spawners down using the portal gun, which is going to be somewhat tedious, but shouldn't take too long. So everything's in place. All the high energy particle emitters. We've got two-way facing banks on the top, and then this array here pointing to all of these. So hopefully I can just leave these all open. If I start getting lots of iron golems spawning and landing on the edge here, then I'll just have to build that up, so, or build down from the roof or something, just change that slightly so that the golems don't spawn there or land there. Everything else is in place. So I've got inverted lamps. These don't cast quite enough light to prevent spawning, but they'll prevent most of it. And it's all wireless redstone receivers on all the lamps and on the emitter arrays as well. So all I have to do is jump into here, and please excuse the noise. Quite noisy when you're dead near them, but and that's it really. That's what happens. The light goes out, the high energy particle emitters come on, and iron golems die, and all their drops are washed into the transposer in the middle, which has got an ender chest directly underneath, as you can see over there. So quite simple, but I think once I've got the golem spawners in here, we'll fire it up properly. Hopefully it'll be obvious how much more efficient this way of doing it is. And this should work, or a slightly modified version of this should work for all of the spawners to increase the efficiency of them. Not that it's massively necessary, but it's just one of those projects I just sort of got slightly obsessed with, so I just had to do it. Okay, I'm going to go and get the iron golem spawners down here, put them in place, and then we'll come back when it's all ready to test drive. Okay, here it is done. All the iron golem spawners are in place. And it's ready to roll, only there is one slight problem. I noticed while I was putting the spawners in, I'm getting a few golems spawning on the edge there, and then they're walking off and just generally getting in a bit of a mess, so that's easily fixable. We'll just we'll just ring them with some iron bars. And this should stop them spawning over this part here. This does mean, however, that it seems that the spawnable area for these golem spawners is actually slightly bigger than this 9x9 area. Maybe I could have made it 11 by 11 and increase the efficiency a little bit more, but it is what it is. We'll just play with it as it is. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Nuts. Going into the chest. Oh, bugger. These things are so awkward to place when you're on the end. There. There we go, that'll stop them spawning there. They won't be able to spawn above because there's only a 2-block gap. So they might just manage to land on that lip, but they're not going to end up over it and falling down there. Yeah, see, that's what happens. There you go. Yeah, so let's get all these done. I think I'll just do this and then I'll come back when I've finished it, because it's a rather fiddly, slightly time consuming work. Oops. Okay, one more. There we are, all done. Great. Put all around each of them. That should stop them falling off the edge anyway. They might still be able to just hang on to that lip like that chap there, but he'll soon wander off it and get killed, so it shouldn't really affect things too much. Okay, let's give it a try run. Everybody's spinning. I think so. Can't see through that. 40. Mm, 52. It doesn't go up massively fast, it's not like it's just pouring in, but it goes up far faster than all the alternate designs that I tried with using multiple spawners in one trap and spacing them out differently. So I'm just going to cut to, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a 5-minute test. Let me just set up my stopwatch on my phone. Okay. If we take all of this lot out, start. Okay, 5-minute timer is on the way. And I shall cut to the end of the 5 minutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you. So, there we have it. Just so 2, 3, 4. Getting on for 5 full stacks of iron. That's way better than what I was doing on creative with this design. So I'm about a whole stack. That doesn't, I mean, you know, a few ingots, you'd expect a bit of variation of a few ingots, but yeah, I seem to have a whole stack more than what I did with this design on creative, so I'm more than pleased. And that's even with the odd straggler hanging onto the the edge of the trap, whatever. Yeah, that's very good, that. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. 5 stacks, pretty much. So, there it is, my optimised iron golem farm. So I just, wanted to do this really, because I just got thinking about it and just couldn't stop myself once I got started. Exactly how useful it's really going to be, because I mean, once you've got a load of iron, you've got it, and I don't know. Maybe I'll just start building everything out of iron blocks and iron bars and just go crazy with iron. So there we go, that's the end of this video then. That's my iron golem farm for you. You can only do this sort of thing and feed the beast. You can't do it in vanilla, so you might as well take it to the max when you can. Yep, that's it. That's me then. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye bye.